Hello everyone, hope you all are well. Welcome you all in my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mohammad Sirajul Haq Faizi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Langat Singh College, Muzaffarpur. Today in this video, I am going to explain about curved arrows in polar reactions. This is a part of organic reactions. So what is the meaning of curved? What is meaning of arrows? Why you are using curved arrows during writing of reaction mechanisms? So there are 4 rules I will discuss one by one. Rule number 1. Electrons move from a nucleophilic source, nucleophile. We are always writing Nu with the double dot, to an electrophilic sink. We are writing always E with positive charge. The nucleophilic source must have an electron pair available, usually either as a lone pair or in a multiple bond. Electrons usually flow from one of these nucleophiles. You can see here, this is Nu 2 dot, means this one is nucleophilic center. So how curve we use? This tail part on this lone pair of electrons, and head part of curve will go electron deficient center, means electrophile. Same as here, you can see this lone pair, tail part of the curve on this lone pair of electron, and head part of the curve on electrophile. Same as you see carbon ion, tail part and head part with the electrophile. Here you see, in place of lone pair there is a double bond, and it will give to electrophile through this curved arrow. So curved arrows always their tail part near the source of nucleophile, and head part where is the electrophile or electrophilic sink. In the reactions, the electrophilic sink must be able to accept electron pair. This is the conditions. If it is not accept, then there is a problem. So this one is conditions. The electrophilic sink must be able to accept an electron pair, usually because it has either a positively charged atom or positively polarized atom in a functional group. Now you can see this is nucleophile. Now this center is able to accept. So curved from nucleophile to electrophile, curve from nucleophile to electrophile on this center, and meanwhile this bond will break. Another way, you see nucleophile approaching through this curved arrow to hydrogens, and meanwhile this bond is going to break. Same as nucleophile approaching this center, as this double bond shifted on oxygens. So this is the curve, how curve is working. Now you know. Next, rule 2. The nucleophile can be either negatively charged or neutral. If the nucleophile is negatively charged, the atom that donates an electron pair becomes neutral. You see, negatively charged, this is nucleophile, and now it take this proton. So curve is nucleophilic center, electrophilic center, and this bond will break. So if it is previously negative, now it become neutral. If the nucleophile is neutral, the atom that donates the electron pair acquires a positive charge. You see, this is neutral, and now this double bond through this curve, it is giving to this proton, and this one will break, positively charged it. So if it is if it is negative, it become neutral. If it is neutral, then it become the positive charge. Now rule third, if the electrophiles can be either positively charged or neutral. If the electrophile is positively charged, the atom bearing that charge become neutral after accepting the electron pair. Now you see, this is positively charged and this is the nucleophile. So this nucleophile approaching this hydrogen through this curve, tail part, head part. So if it is already positive, then you see this is positive, it become neutral. So if the electrophile is neutral, the atom that ultimately accepts the electron pair acquires a negative charge. This is the rule number also. This is neutral and this both are neutral. So this double bond approaching these protons, meanwhile this hydrogen bromine bond will break and forming bromide ion and this carbocation. For this to happen, however, the negative charge must be stabilized by being on an electronegative atom such as oxygen, nitrogen or halogen. Carbon and hydrogen do not typically stabilize a negative charge. So what will happen by this break like that? Because halogen bear negative charge, no problem, carbon bear positive charge. Now rule number 4. The octet rule must be followed. That is very important. That is, no second row atom can be left with 10 electrons or 4 hydrogen. If an electron pair moves to an atom that already has an octet, another electrons pair must be simultaneously moved from the atom to maintain the octet. So overall, whenever you are writing the mechanism, you just keep these things in your mind. Octet wheel violation is not acceptable. This hydrogen already has 2 electrons. When the another electron pair moves to the hydrogen from the double bond, the electron pair in the HO bond must leave. You see, this double bond approaching this proton already them. So when it approaching through this curved line, automatically oxygen hydrogen bond will break so that it maintains the octet. So friend, hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.